Hello everybody, my name is Emmanuel Scuto, the founder and CEO of Weyield. Today we're going to look at the tutorial number 3 regarding the demand book pace, the new module of Weyield. We will learn how to set the demand book pace, analyze the curve, double check with market prices and decide the tactic. When you arrive on the home page of the Weyield apps, which is pretty familiar with you, and you go on the booking module, you have a new feature which is the booking pace. Before we go into it, we need to review how to analyze my demand. Therefore, we click first on the new booking. You know how it works. We have the demand, we have the fleet in purple, and we can check below the situation of my current months, looking at my current utilization and the situation versus last year. Let's focus on a particular area and see what is the demand versus last year. Apparently, the situation starting from mid-June, July, till the 22nd of July shows that my demand is pretty late versus last year. Now it's important that I check also the price positioning, so I go to Price Analytics, I select the South zone and I check my price, which shows that apparently I'm one of the most expensive. This may explain or illustrate why my demand is so weak. So now we go to the demand book pace. The way it works that we remain with the South region that has been selected earlier. Now we still have in black the current demand, and in blue we have the final results of last year. If we want to select a particular date, we can simply drag over the period we are looking at, or to be more precise, you can use the selection button on the top and click on the first day of the period and click again for the last day of the period. We can check that the selection is 15th of June till the 1st of July. Below, the booking history has been computed instantly. We have the current fleet, the last year fleet, the current level of bookings in black, you know this color. As we are looking throughout the times, and we are today, for the upcoming situation of the portfolio for this year, we don't have any data, therefore we have drawn some dotted lines. For sure, for last year, we know already this story, and therefore we can recompute the entire demand book pace. We can check again that the period we are looking at is from the 15th till early July. We have also drawn the evolution of the RPD for last year and for this year. The orange bold is this year, the orange dotted line is last year. Right now, I'm currently at 16% utilization versus 20% last year, and we have the same RPD. I would like to focus a little bit on the way we have computed the fleet. As you can see, we don't have the fleet anymore, but we compute the capacity overall. Why that? Because if we have a certain number of cars per day, when we look over a certain range of dates, we have accumulation of fleet. Let me show you an example. If we select just one day, we have correctly the 762 cars which is available this year. Therefore, it's also shown our demand book pace, 762. But if we select more days, like 2 days, we have a cumulation of the fleet of the first day and the fleet of the second day. Therefore, the capacity goes from 700 to 1500. If I take again my example from the 15 to the 30 years, therefore my total capacity is the sum of every single day fleet. So we have 12,200 cars to sell, overhaul over the period. This is pretty important that you keep this in mind. We can also look at the way the reservation has been taken. If we click on incremental, now we can see how the reservation has been taken over time, meaning how many reservations did we take on the 30th of January for the period we are looking at, which is the end of June this year. This is pretty useful, especially when you want to look at how last year has been distributed, and we can pretty and easily check that most of the booking has been taken early June for the same period of last year. Meaning it's absolutely crucial that we check this because we may expect the similar additional volume or acceleration of volume early June for this mid-June till early July period. It's important also to pay attention to the situation in the past. Let's look at the previous year. So we click on last civil year and let's analyze how my Christmas and New Year's Eve period went. So again, I'm dragging the period I want to look at, and then automatically I can draw the way the demand has been entered into my system. I want to check not only 6 months before but 9 months before, and then I can see very easily that in fact I had an acceleration of demand. I went at 71% versus 72% the year before, with a little bit less fleet, about 300 less, but 4 euros less in terms of quality of revenue. And apparently my demand was always late, since a lot of time, as you can see, my black line is below the blue line. So it means that, unfortunately, the demand came later and at a lower price. Approximately 50% of my booking came around 3 months before for that period. If I want to check again my current year, I click back date range and then automatic in order to see another period, which is this year. As a summary, keep in mind that the black line is the current situation, the blue line is the final of last year, and we still have the this year and last year fleet. I can drag in order to focus on a particular date and see automatically how my demand is drawn. Or I can use the selector if I want to be more precise on a particular day or few days that I'm not able to drag with the mouse. Keep in mind that the fleet is converted or sum up as a capacity. I hope this tutorial was useful for you. Feel free to go on our YouTube page, on which you will be able to see many tutorials as well as other videos. Thank you for your attention.